Greetings, brethren. Today I will share with you 3 lessons I learned from the feeding of the 5,000. Without wasting any time, let us begin. 1. Thankfulness leads to multiplication. In John 6 verse 11, Jesus takes the loaves and fish, gave thanks, and distributed them to those who were seated as much as they wanted. This act of thanksgiving, even for something seemingly insignificant for such a large crowd, demonstrates Jesus' reliance on God's provision. Gratitude transforms how we see the resources we have. It moves our hearts from scarcity to abundance, allowing us to acknowledge that every gift, no matter how small, comes from God. Just as Jesus' prayer of thanksgiving preceded the miracle, our own thankfulness invites God's grace into our lives. Consider Philippians 4 verse 6, where Paul writes, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God." Gratitude aligns our hearts with God's will and prepares us to receive His blessings. 2. Sharing brings multiplication. The act of breaking and sharing the bread and fish reflects Proverbs 11 verses 24 to 25. One person gives freely, yet gains even more. Another withholds unduly, but comes top-heavy. A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. Jesus demonstrates that when we share what we have, no matter how little, God can multiply it to meet every need. Sharing requires faith, a belief that God will not let us go without when we give to others. The breaking off bread is symbolic of selflessness and trust. Just as Jesus broke himself on the cross for humanity, we are called to break away from our own selfish desires and share what we have for the good of others. In Luke 6 verse 38, Jesus says, "Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together and running over, will be poured into your lap." The principle of giving is not merely transactional, it is transformational. When we give, we participate in God's economy of abundance, where generosity begets more than we could imagine. 3. Blessings are meant to be shared. The boy's willingness to offer his 5 loaves and 2 fish is a testament to trust and generosity. His act mirrors the principle in Acts 20 verse 35. It is more blessed to give than to receive. Through his gift, not only did he witness Jesus' power, but thousands were fed and satisfied. When God blesses us, it's not solely for our benefit. As stewards of His gifts, we are called to extend those blessings to others. This is the essence of the Christian life, love expressed through giving. In 2 Corinthians 9 verse 8, Paul writes, "And God is able to bless you abundantly, so that in all things at all times, having all that you need, you will abound in every good work." God's blessings are not meant to stagnate with us, they are meant to flow through us to others. Let us go a bit deeper. Faith in God's provision. Just as Jesus trusted that God would provide, we are called to trust Him in our moments of lack. Reflect on Psalm 37 verse 25. "I was young and now I am old, yet I have never seen the righteous forsaken or their children begging bread." God's provision is sure, even if we cannot see it immediately. The power of little things. The boy's small offering reminds us that nothing is too small for God to use. In Matthew 17 verse 20, Jesus says, "If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move." Our small acts of faith and generosity can result in great miracles. Unity in God's kingdom. This miracle demonstrates the power of community. Together, the disciples, the boy, and the crowd experienced God's abundance. Similarly, when we come together as the body of Christ, we can achieve far more than we can alone. 1 Corinthians chapter 12 verses 12-27. This story reminds us that God is a God of abundance. When we approach Him with thankfulness, share what we have, and bless others, He not only meets our needs, but exceeds them. The miracle of feeding the 5,000 is a call to trust in God's provision, to give generously, and to participate in the multiplication of His blessings. God bless.